Welcome to Wilson Atomatoys, valued employee. You are now part of something greater than yourself. Here, we work together to help children dream and to imagine a better future. Truly the noblest of pursuits. As an associate at Wilson Atomatoys, you are contractually obligated to believe in this message and to bleed Automatoys approved branded red upon request. To aid you in this endeavor, you will be required to learn Automatoys history by heart. You will be tested on this information, and failure to receive a perfect score will result in your immediate termination, and you will be charged an examination failure fee of $1,000 to be paid immediately. Wilson Atomatoys was founded by visionaries George Wilson, CEO and company namesake, and Arlen Glass, lead designer, in 2042. In the following 3 decades, the pair would work tirelessly to create hit products that would inspire young children to dream. It was through this process that our iconic product line, Giddy Up Buttercup, came into being. For the low price of just $15,500, the ultimate in equestrian robotics could be brought home to children in need. This remarkable act of charity has resulted in hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue for Wilson Atomatoys and allowed George Wilson to finally take a step back from the company and bring in his son, Mark Wilson, into the fold as company vice president. Now that you know the illustrious history of Wilson Atomatoys, you must familiarize yourself with the Giddy Up Buttercup product line. The original line of Buttercups featured a dazzling white paint job with a silver finish and was loved by all. Unfortunately, however, we were unable to acquire further resources for the illustrious coat due to the ongoing pressures caused by our great nation's battle against the communist threat. In response, the Buttercup product line was relaunched with the iconic yellow cake uranium coated we know and love today. This illustrious equine is powered with the latest and greatest fusion batteries and keep the wildest children entertained for up to minutes at a time. A truly marvelous gift. You have been hired to help in the manufacturing process for this great product, an honor indeed. But that is not all. You will have the opportunity to help in the development of new and innovative additions to the Buttercup product line, such as mythical creatures, Giddy Up Issued Joe, and exciting brand partnerships with esteemed companies such as Nuka-Cola and General Atomics. Supplemental training authorized by Mark Wilson, Acting VP. Congratulations, employee. You have been authorized to work on Project Scythe, directed by Colonel Thomas Nelson. Refusal is not permitted. As a proud member of Project Scythe, you will aid Automatoys in supporting the Department of the Army's efforts to eradicate communism by producing advanced fragmentation mines on 3 of your facility's 5 manufacturing lines. Further instruction to follow from authorized personnel. Remember, employee, tight lips save lives. Do not share your assignment with unauthorized personnel, friends, or family. Failure to comply will lead to immediate and permanent termination of both you and your family. Proceed to redacted for further training. The Dark Side of Joy. When Mark Wilson was invited to join Automatoys by his father, he was not particularly happy. He hated the old man's company and legacy of bringing joy to others' children while neglecting his own. In time, though, Mark saw the opportunity in front of him, however. With the power that this position afforded him, he could destroy his father's legacy, a prospect that delighted Mark. It was with this goal in mind that he directed the financial division of Automatoys to fudge the sales projections for the Giddy Up Buttercup product line to report a decline in sales, suggesting to the board it was time to look for other sources of income to appease the shareholders. It was thus that Mark applied for Wilson Atomatoys to join Project Scythe to begin production of implements of war in the ultimate one-fingered salute to the old man. Meanwhile, Arlen, the designer of the Buttercup, could not believe his joyous invention was no longer profitable and spent many a tireless hour attempting to revive its success at the cost of continuing to neglect his own family. He would develop model after model of Buttercup, completely unaware of the company's involvement in the Scythe program, until one day when he noticed a representative from the Army in the board meeting. Putting 2 and 2 together, Arlen's fuse was lit and he went atomic, forcing security to remove him from the building, and to the delight of Mark, finally giving him the excuse he needed to fire Arlen. It is thus that on the day the bombs fell, Arlen was out to deliver his final plea to Mark when his family was hit directly with atomic annihilation at his Cambridge apartment. It would be there in the Cambridge crater that Arlen's would discover his family's demise. He would find himself overcome with regret for the constant neglect he inflicted upon his family. Broken and left without the will to live, he would lay down there amongst the rubble, waiting to die. Instead, in a cruel twist of fate, he would ghoulify, allowing his torment to continue for another 200 years to be happened upon by the lone survivor. Unable to deny his nature, it is his dream to once again create one more Giddy Up Buttercup, to recapture the joy he felt in his heart when he first created it, and perhaps to share that joy with a child who could be inspired to imagine a better future. Fun facts. The Giddy Up Buttercup model is too heavy to lift when placed in the world, but can be picked up and carried with the player at any time. I think we can all agree that doesn't make sense. Makes you wonder a little bit why the developers decided to add old Giddy Up Buttercup to the too heavy to lift category. Also, some mad lad or ladette decided to create a horsepower armor creation featuring parts from the iconic horse for the Creation Club. The backstory is a raider built it in order to get revenge on his gang for destroying the original toy horse he was desperately in love with. That's all and well and good, I suppose. But it's a little odd to me he would destroy other toy horses in order to create this thing. It seems sacrilegious to me, but I digress. But I think we can all agree the most important thing to recognize about this creation, however, is the fact it's an amazing joke relating to the patient zero of the DLC plague, Oblivion Horse Armor. Howdy y'all, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's not my normal vehicle breakdown, but I'm gonna run out of vehicles eventually, and I'd like to experiment with other types of videos from time to time. How these experimental videos perform will help me decide how best to grow the channel. Thank you so much for your support. Please trample the like button if you enjoyed, and hit that subscribe button if I earned your subscription today. Spydingo, giddy up and gone.